Violence against secular and liberal activists continues in Bangladesh in the same gruesome fashion. Last night, 2 men were hacked to death in their apartment by suspected Islamist militants. A short while ago, an Al-Qaeda branch active in the country just claimed responsibility for the attack. Gabi Weininger with the story.
These bags contain the bodies of 2 men hacked to death in an apartment in Dhaka in Bangladesh. A gay rights activist and his colleague. They've not yet been identified by police, but the publication they worked for named them as Xulhaz Mannan, the editor of Bangladesh's only LGBT magazine, and Mahbub Tonoy, a member of the magazine's committee. The attack was described as barbaric by the US, which had employed one of the men.
I should say we're outraged by the barbaric attack on Mr. Xulhaz Mannan, a beloved member of our embassy family and a courageous advocate for LGBTI rights, human rights actually. As you know, he brutally murdered in his home alongside another fellow activist. An act like this simply is beyond words, unjustifiable, inexcusable.
According to police, at least 6 attackers shouting Allahu Akbar burst into the building housing the 2. This is the latest violence against minorities in a country where same-sex relationships are illegal. The killings come just 2 days after a liberal professor was hacked to death in the northwestern city of Rajshahi, an attack claimed by the Islamic State, who condemned him for calling for atheism in his poetry and fiction. Earlier this month, law student Nazimuddin Samad was also hacked to death. And last year, at least 4 bloggers were killed in the same fashion. A now long-running series of murders of secular and liberal activists that has left the country reeling. Rights groups and activists say the Prime Minister is not doing enough to protect minorities. In the midst of this latest violence, they say it's not only people under attack, but also freedom of speech.